I'm here with Joe Parys Crypto, one of the largest YouTubers, and after reviewing hundreds of the top crypto YouTubers yesterday, one of the few that I actually like and watch. And I'm excited to have an honest talk with Joe about the state of crypto, the brutal nature of it, is there any real value in crypto? And like you've been creating crypto videos for 4 years, Joe. You got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and it's so frustrating. Like, where do you see is like the real value in crypto, and how do you make it through all these ups and downs?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question, Jerry, and thank you for having me back on the channel. It's been a while for sure. But we've both like grown immensely and crypto never stops moving. So where I see the value in crypto is whatever the people want it to be. Like I think that's the exciting part about crypto is that you can place whatever values you really want on a lot of these different projects and coins and meme coins and if you want to just like store your value, like you got Bitcoin. If you want to do smart contracts and like, interact with different things, you got Ethereum. If you want to just purely speculate on a coin with zero value that you think is a fun community or whatever, you got meme coins, right? So like crypto can kind of be whatever you make of it. And I watched a video from Michael Superman not too long ago, and he said crypto is really just like a vehicle. And in the really bullish times, you're driving like a Lamborghini, right? And like crypto is amazing. And then like in the really bearish times, it's like this hunk of junk car. And I thought it was a great analogy, and it kind of answers your question of like having an honest conversation here about crypto right now. Right now, all the altcoins are like at range lows. They've gone down 60, 70, 80, 90%. And it's hard, as an investor in some of these coins, if you don't time things out correctly or you pick the wrong coins, sure, like there's real money, exchanging hands here. But, to me, the value in crypto is what the people make of it. And it's also in how it's really just a mere reflection, I believe, of the person who's investing in or buying or trading these coins as they are, right? Like, I know that there are people who are just meme coin millionaires. That's all they do is focus on meme coins and they just trade crypto. That's what they do. And then I know people who are like Michael Saylor, who are like billionaires who just buy Bitcoin, right? So to me, it's really what you want to get out of it. Like if you're watching this video, it's like, well, what do you want from crypto? Do you want to get rich quick? Well, good luck doing that, right? Like there is an opportunity to do it. It's possible, but it's a long shot, right? Do you want to just like store your wealth and just like slowly grow your income over time? That's definitely a higher probability, never a guarantee. But, you have other coins like Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum, maybe some of the other top altcoins that will maybe help you grow your wealth over time. But to me, I think that's really the focus here. And what it should be is like, what do you want out of crypto? And I think that a lot of people are missing that. They're trying to get and take all the time, right? Like, oh, well, I bought this coin that I saw and, it didn't make me a millionaire overnight. It's like, yeah, well, the odds of that happening are very slim, you know what I mean? So, and I'm very transparent and disclose all of that, because I've been through it, Jerry, and I know you've been through it too. I've watched my portfolio go up hundreds of thousands into the millions and drop back down into the hundreds of thousands, So I think what people need to really understand is that it's not the market, it's the person in the market. Because there's tons of people who are successful in bear markets, there's tons of people that are successful in bull markets. So ask yourself the honest question, and I know you do, Jerry, like what kind of investor are you, right? What am I going to trade a million different coins or am I going to buy Bitcoin and ETH and what kind of investor am I? So, I want to put it back to you, man. Like, what do you think of the crypto market right now? Having just an honest conversation and like, how do you see the markets, at this current time?
I see what you asked a great question. It's like, what do I want in crypto? I want to invest in technology that's going to build the kind of world that I want to live in. And that's a world where you've got the blockchain is actually hosting the infrastructure. So imagine all the big benefits of like the Bitcoin blockchain, but the full tech stack, your whole website, your database, and then open and transparent governance. So what I care about is investing in real technology and real innovation that helps humanity. And what I see as state of crypto is you have to go through an absolute mountain of crap, useless coins, copied blockchains, meme coins, narratives, It's like you have to go through this mountain of useless crap, and then I only see one thing with technology that really can deliver the full vision of crypto to me, and that's Internet Computer Protocol. And like to me, everything else is just extracting value out of suckers at this point, like that are investing in worthless coins. And I'd like to see an emphasis on, people investing in real technological innovation, not just hype and narratives, but I'm interested to see what happens too when we break out of crypto being just smoke and mirrors and talk, when some of the technology from crypto actually does things that impress the rest of the world. And I'm really interested to hear, like, how do you think crypto will change when people realize, hey, these aren't just tokens that we think can store value or send transactions or create coins? Like, this is a token on a network that does something massively useful, like host AI. Like, how is crypto going to change when, to me, most people in crypto think there's nothing that's, of real substance? Like, how's crypto going to change when you find out, hey, there's this real thing? Almost none. You are one of the few crypto YouTubers that ever has even done, like, out of the top 100 videos, you and like 10 others out of 100 are the only ones that have even mentioned the best tech in crypto on your channel. Like, even one video about it. Like, what's going to happen when people realize almost everybody they've been watching has been wasting their time while there was this real tech that actually does something useful?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think you have to kind of carpet like you know have two different buckets of how you're viewing cryptocurrency, right? You have the speculative, tokens, the, up and down of the prices, the meme coins. And then you have, more of the tech side of like what you're describing with some of these projects. I've been to a lot of conferences. I went to Token 2049. I've been to the Bitcoin conference. I've seen a lot of these projects, and a lot of them do have real tech. They are building real things. The problem is that just because they have real tech and just because they're actually building things, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to become the next Apple or the next Google or the next big company. Unfortunately, in the crypto industry, how it is today, what gets the most attention is what makes people richest the fastest, right? Which is because that's what people want. They want to get rich quick and fast, right? And they hear, oh, my buddy and bought this XYZ new meme coin and it went to the moon, bro. And, I bought a Rolex. That's what they want, right? Whereas if you explain, oh, well, this layer one blockchain is going to, revolutionize how we, trade different real world assets together. And most people be like, that's great, but why I don't do real world assets. I don't care about that technology, right? I'm here to make money. And so, like, if you look at the stock market, right? The stock market's different than crypto because it's evolved into, okay, these are real companies who have, real CEOs. Like, crypto isn't evolved there yet. I think it will evolve to what the stock market is, and it's getting there, right? You see the ETFs happening. You see Bitcoin becoming a multi-trillion-dollar asset. You see, Ethereum, becoming an ETF approved crypto project, but even they struggle. Why? Because of the marketing aspect of it. They don't have a real CEO. Like, I'm being honest, and it's not just because Ethereum has struggled this cycle. Look at Vitalik. He's a great developer, but when it comes to like running a company, because that's basically what he's doing with Ethereum, whether he knows it or not, marketing and like getting the price to go up, he's pretty clueless. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he's pretty clueless. And I'm not like just throwing Ethereum under the bus, right? Because I think that Ethereum will be successful and I think that they're going to do well, but that's not his strength, right? He got into this because he's a dev, man. He knows the techie stuff. That's him. They need a CEO who can go out and communicate to the rest of the world, hey, we're the best altcoin compared to any of these other and here's why, right? And so I think those are the things that you have to be thinking about right now in crypto is the tech side just hasn't, developed yet. And honestly, man, like the good projects will win. Um, but right now it's just going to take more time. We're so early. I still think we're still insanely early to all of this. You know, if Bitcoin's eventually going to go to $1 million, which could happen in the next 5 or 10 years, like it could happen, it's under $100,000 at the time of this recording. You're insanely early still, right? You're not like micro early, but imagine where some of these coins are going to be in the future. The ICPs, the Ethereums, the Cardanos, right? The ones that Solanas, the ones that like stick it out, the XRPs, right? And look, a lot of it's smoke and mirrors, Jerry. You know it better than I do. You know it is, but eventually the smoke and mirrors are going to be gone, and the teams that build the real stuff will survive, will thrive, and will continue. But that's not our jobs, I believe. 'Cause I don't have a project. You know what I mean? Like I am building the tech. I am doing this. I'm here as an influencer and a YouTuber to really just spread the news and to give it to you straight about what it is. You know, like this is what I believe the industry is. It's a vehicle, right? As Supermon said, it's a great analogy, man. Like he said that like, crypto's never it's not good or bad right now. It's a vehicle. It's either going to take you to the moon or it's going to take you, and crash and burn, right? So to me, you can make up these narratives and do these things and try to figure it out from there. And yeah, you know what? Like maybe investing in a meme coin is going to be a better investment at the time than some other tech coin because of the hype in the news. But I believe over time, Jerry, in the long, long run, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line, yes, the projects like Ethereum, the projects like ICP, the projects like Solana, whatever they are, that are really building real things are going to win out, just like you see in the stock market. So just give it more time, man. Don't worry about the frustration and the growing pains of these crap meme coins and all this other stuff that's going on. Like this is the evolution of a new emerging marketplace because that's what it is. And crypto as a technology itself, right? Um, that's kind of how I see this is like this is what it is. Don't fight it. Don't grind your teeth against it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Acknowledge it for what it is and don't get sucked into, the bad end of it. But also like, at least like I see in my channel, like I look at what videos perform well and why they perform well, and every day it's something different. One day it's AI coins, one day it's meme coins, one day it's, tech coins, the next day it's real world asset coins. So what that tells me is that like the market's always moving, it's always shifting. So there's opportunity everywhere if you know where to look. And that's the like mindset that I've adopted. It's where is the opportunity? How can I, as an investor, make good choices? And then from there, right, like just continue to keep ebbing and flowing with whatever happens. And, I think that's where the state of the market is. But, going back and asking you, like, where do you see crypto going? Let's talk about this year. Maybe everyone likes to know about price predictions and things of this nature, but you got Bitcoin at 96,000. You got a new president of the United States. You seem to have a lot of bullish things happening, but yet the price is stalling out. Does that concern you? What do you think about the recent price action here?
Well, I'm hoping this is the year that the smoke and mirrors start to come down in crypto and we have breakout tech starts to be the big deal. Like, wow, look what this tech can do. Because people have got excited about relatively little tech like NFTs on Ethereum. Like, that's pretty small tech, to put a little thing that hosts an image off chain. But I'm hoping that this is a breakout year for ICP because it breaks outside of crypto because crypto is really small and niche still, like worldwide. Most people have never bought crypto in the world. So I'm hoping this year that the tech aspect of crypto breaks out. Like, people start using the tech and it's like, wow, this is amazing. Then they ask, well, how does this, a small percentage ask how this works. So I'm hoping ICP releases, they're working on the caffeine.ai app, which should allow you to just say, hey, I want to make a joeparis.com. I want to make an online course website. I want people to be able to pay with ICP, Bitcoin, USDC. I want to also put my videos on there. I want to capture emails, like where you could just tell this app and it just cranks it out and it's all on the blockchain. So you don't have to worry about getting hacked. You don't have to pay any third party providers like Teachable. Like you can just crank it all out on a blockchain, stick it on the website, collect all the payments via crypto. Like that's, you've used all this crap online. You have to have a different website. So I'm hoping this is the year where crypto's smoke and mirrors start to come down and the tech blows people away. I think that's going to wreck a lot of other altcoins when people see that there's some altcoins that have meaningful tech and there's most that don't. I also think Bitcoin, it's, I don't know, it's so centralized. There's so many big entities in the middle. I remember you said years ago when I was buying Bitcoin every day that you sold all your Bitcoin, you weren't buying anymore. And that aggravated me at the time, but I still think of that. And it's like, yeah, at this point, you're too late to Bitcoin. You're not going to get rich quick in Bitcoin. If you're not going to get rich quick in Bitcoin, I'd rather just hold something like ICP that has tech and yield. So, how do you see the rest of this 2025 going?
Yeah, I mean, I look back at my decisions to get rid of a majority of the Bitcoin, and I don't hold any Bitcoin at the time of this recording. But that I believe will change. And looking back at the last 3 years, the best thing you could have done is just buy and hold Bitcoin, to be honest, for most people. And what I've recognized in this last part of the cycle for me personally is that I'm not a technical trader. I'm not somebody who's in the market all the time. I am a business owner, right? I run a, seven-figure business. So I don't have the time necessarily to scalp trade, right? That's not my strength. My strength is recognizing new crypto projects, whether they're over and undervalued, and then being the smart money, getting it early, like, to early rounds and early investments, kind of like VCs do for, different projects, right? That's my sweet spot. And it's what I've taught people for the last 4 or 5 years. And many have done very, very, very well, myself included. So, that's where my lane is at, right? And so, that's where I believe I can be successful and will be successful. And also, I can be patient. I've been patient for years. So that means that I want to focus on the altcoins that are just going to survive and thrive over time. And if there is a coin that I have a speculative bias on, I've got to get out of that coin and get into coins that I can just hold for the long run. And that's what should be a majority of my portfolio. And I'm speaking to myself in a way that if you're listening to this, understand like what type of investor you are, right? Are you a scalp trader? Are you somebody who's getting in and out of the market? Or are you a long-term holder and investor? If you're a long-term holder and investor, the top five cryptos should be your bread and butter. 99% of your portfolio should be there, right? 1% you should be, gambling in all these meme coins and trying to make a couple bucks here or there. That's where, a majority of things should be at. And to me, I've gone down the altcoin rabbit hole because I believe that's where the majority of the gains will be, and they will be. But it's a very short window of time, as we've seen here in the last 4 or 5 years, that this actually happens. So, if I were to rewind the clocks and do everything all over again, and start my, portfolio from scratch, that's the focus points that I'd have. And I actually have data showing that. I did this in 2022 and I made a bunch of portfolios. And the best performing ones so far have been the ones that have been heavier weighted in Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Solana, right? Like those are the ones that perform the best, and those are the top five coins right now. Where do I see things going, Jared? I see things just going up. I see Bitcoin going up. I see altcoins getting dragged up with it. Not every coin now, there's too many of them. But the select ones in the top 100 is a good place to start looking. And then there will be those speculative ones that, yeah, you know what, you can get a 10x, 100x, 1000x. They do exist, right? But those are lotteries, like they're very difficult to find. Now, I don't discourage people from doing that. Like you can go look for them and look, it can happen. It has happened, right? But the reality is, okay, those are going to be more difficult. Okay. So if I talk about, coins on my channel, I'm buying this, I'm buying that. A lot of the times those are trades. I had a video where I said I bought the Trump meme coin at $20 and that video got 60,000 views. The next day it was at $80, right? Great. That was amazing. Today it's at like $15, right? So if you watch that video, bought when I did, and then the next day took profits, you're, loving life. But if you bought and are still holding, you think crypto is horrible, right? So it's not the coin. It's not, it's how you're trading. It's you recognizing what this is, right? The Trump meme coin is different than Bitcoin. They're not the same assets. So they need to be treated and traded differently. Bitcoin, I believe you can buy and hold for the next, 100 years and you'll be fine. I really do believe that. But the upside's not there. You're not going to quadruple your money in a day like you could with the Trump coin. So to me, it's understanding what those games are and then how you can actually win within the broader crypto sphere and, what your long-term horizons and goals are with this. So to me, I like to jump in and out of coins and then move them into the longer term holds, right? Because that's you can make a lot of money doing that, and that's what I like to do, and that's what I've been teaching people. But I see Bitcoin going back above 100,000. I see it going to 150 to 200,000 this cycle in the next year. I do believe that that could happen, but we need a lot more stuff to happen. First, we need more ETFs. We need more regulatory clarity. We need more buying pressure, right? We need more people buying crypto, and I believe that it will happen. It's just going to take, I think, longer than a lot of people want it to happen. So, I've spoken enough here. We've done a great job of kind of sharing a little bit about where we're at in the market. Is there anything else you kind of want to wrap the video up here with, Jerry, for people to know?
Well, I appreciate you talking with me, Joe. Yeah, for Joe mentored me. We've both mentored each other over the years, and we both were talking before this. It's difficult being a crypto YouTube content creator. It's the market's up and down, wild emotional swings. So we feel the stuff as much or more than you guys do. And it really helps to have people to talk with too, that, you're not in this by yourself. All of us are kind of feeling the same kind of things as you are.
Yeah, the emotions, like we feel the highs and we feel the lows. When Bitcoin broke 100,000, it was pretty euphoric. I'm not gonna lie. Looking at it now, it's like, yeah, I probably should have taken some more profits off of the table there, right? And now when all the altcoins are down and we had crazy things happening in the market, we feel the lows too. So we're human, and that's what makes the markets, right? And that's the exciting part about it is that every day is different. Embrace it for what it is. There's opportunity towards the upside and the downside, right? So that's the biggest mind shift like I've made recently is, I've just been like a perma bull, for crypto. I wear this hoodie. It says, just hodl it, like all the time, right? Because I'm just like bullish, bullish, bullish. But like there are times to be bearish. There are times where like, you know what, like shorting the market, dude, you can make a ton of money shorting the market and going down too. Like there's opportunity there. So to me, it's like, man, if you can find a way to make money on the upside and the downside, and you can just kind of stick with it, I think people just need to understand like, you just don't go anywhere. You're here. If you miss this market for, a week or two, you can miss huge moves. And we've seen it happen. So just stick around, be here, keep educating yourself, keep learning, keep, hit the subscribe button, watching the videos. We make videos almost every day, both of us do. So, subscribe, smash the like button, and just enjoy the ride for what it is, the ups and the downs, because there's opportunity in both ways. So thank you again, Jerry, for having me on. I really appreciate it. And hopefully your audience and mine watching this found it beneficial.
Yes, if you want some more Joe Parys, search Joe Parys Crypto on YouTube in case I forget to put the link in the description.